Holy crap, guys. How is it going today? Alright, so you remember the two guys that carried the rifles into the police station wearing ski masks and bullet-resistant vests, and I made fun of them on this channel. I basically spent like 5 minutes calling them stupid. I shared that video the day it was released on my Facebook, and it got like 1.5 million views. You know, I said that they should have their guns taken away. Then I accidentally said AR in my video, and tacticalshit.com made fun of me. Those two guys are back in the news, this time with felony charges. When I made that original video about these guys, I said I didn't think anyone could be so stupid. It turns out these guys are dumber than we originally thought. The whole police station thing, I think they were originally charged with like breach of peace, some misdemeanors. I don't think they called it any felonies originally, but the state came back and hit them with a few felony charges this time. Right, I'll get you some food, hold on. Now both of them are facing charges of carrying a concealed weapon, disturbing the peace, and assaulting, resisting or obstructing police officers. When they arrested these two dummies, they confiscated their cell phones, and they found about 7,000 text messages between the two. So they just appeared in court, and Sergeant Carpenter with the Dearborn Police spoke in the courtroom about why they should have a high bond. And this is a few minutes long, but just listen to what these guys were planning on doing.
I think it was on February 6th. We've been monitoring Facebook activity. There's been further discussion that even though out on bond on the local misdemeanor cases, Your Honor, they have discussed organizing 10 to 15 more armed individuals with AR-15s and open carrying in police departments. Obviously, that creates a concern not only for police officers but for the public welfare. In addition, Your Honor, in analyzing over 7,000 text messages from Mr. Whelan's phone, with 100 of those texts being communication between him and Baker where they are planning their activities, this goes beyond exercising some type of Second Amendment right to the behavior and activity that now is more criminal in nature, and we believe that these texts do indicate that. There's discussion, and I quote, in debating the police into perceived unlawful or inappropriate conduct. There's discussion about having a death wish, making funeral arrangements, and embracing the idea of being known as the public enemy. They appear to be in competition with other activists regarding their conduct and try to push the envelope every time to provoke the police further and further as an organized group that are, in my opinion, professional provocateurs, pushing the police into almost engaging in deadly force scenarios, Your Honor. In addition, there's been text messages that are more aggressive in nature discussing carrying bazookas, Laws rockets, which are handheld type rockets, mortar tubes during their demonstrations, and strapping deactivated grenades onto their bulletproof vests. Your Honor, in regards to the public welfare, that's a concern of ours, of course, but they also are making apparent attempts in their planning to conceal their identity during criminal behavior, which discusses wearing masks, obviously with the nature of this case, but also changing from bright-colored clothing into dark-colored clothing after the demonstrations to avoid apprehension or identification by officers on surveillance. They've also discussed taking advantage of Trumpophobia and wearing full Muslim robes or headgear, or in their words, turbans, and carrying AK-47s during their demonstrations. There's been discussion of carrying openly while black and painting their faces black to conceal their identity and walking around residential neighborhoods with hoods pulled up to incite fear in the public and provoke the police. There are also discussion which places law enforcement officers in jeopardy by videotaping undercover operatives leaving Oakland County Net and the DEA buildings, which would obviously place them in jeopardy if other individuals involved in criminal activity were able to identify these officers that were in undercover capacity. There's been discussion of causing shitstorms, and if I may, I won't swear, but FS up, making vulnerable, meek approaches only to hulk up, quote unquote, to test law enforcement. And finally, they've identified even more locations for their demonstrations and activities, which include, but are not limited to, an MSP post in Taylor, the FBI building in Detroit, Lapeer Prison, the DEA building in Detroit, Calhoun County Jail, Kalamazoo County Jail, Van Buren County Jail, Allegan County Jail, Ottawa County Jail, Muskegon County, Oakland County Narcotics Enforcement Team, power plants, post offices, substations, oil refineries, and of course the city of Dearborn. And I would ask that based upon this information that the court issues a substantial bond, which would to include turning over any and all firearms contained within the residences. We are aware that Mr. Baker has at least 9 handguns registered in his name. And also, based upon these activities and their attempts to conceal their identities during demonstrations, we ask that they are both fixed with a GPS tether in the event that they do engage in further activity, that we be able to monitor their whereabouts and identify them if it turns criminal, Your Honor.
They were going to carry rocket launchers and grenades around. They were going to put on Muslim robes and carry AK-47s around at demonstrations. They were going to paint their faces black, wear hoodies, and walk around with guns in residential neighborhoods. They wanted to videotape undercover officers leaving the DEA buildings. They admitted in their text they were doing this shit on purpose just to provoke police officers. So I didn't catch it a few weeks ago, but the footage was released showing the traffic stop that occurred that led them to file their complaint at the police station later that day.
David, we just got pulled over for nothing.
So do you have anything illegal in the vehicle?
I don't answer questions. Are we done here or not? We haven't done anything wrong. We haven't broken any laws. We're done with this.
Send you on your way in a minute. So do you have any objection to me searching your car?
I absolutely do. You are not searching anything. Let me go on my way. Let me be free to go, because we've broken no laws. You know this. This is an illegal detention at this point. You better get your shit straight, because we're done.
If you wish to file a complaint,
Oh, I will file a complaint. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like right as soon as we leave here. You understand?
I do. You're more than welcome. I'll give you.
Am I free to go or not?
You're now free to go, sir.
Good.
Have a wonderful day. All right.
Go fuck yourself. You too, dickweed. Fuck you, you jackboot piece of shit. Fuck you.
That was, I don't know if you stopped.
My God, please put them under the jail. Put them under the jail, under the jail. The Click on Detroit news article said their bond was set at $50,000 for Baker, which is the younger guy, and $20,000 for Vreeland, the older dude. They also must turn over all of their weapons and must wear a GPS tether at all times. Oh, and they cannot contact each other. But yeah, anyways, this is Donut. What do you think about these guys? I think that they should never see the light of day or be allowed around other people again, but that's personally me speaking. Let's hear it in the comments below. Everybody, please have a nice day. And I started a second channel, which is probably where I'm going to be putting all my video game stuff from now on, and I'm going to be doing some vlogging on it. It's called Donut Vlogs. I'll link it at the end of the video. It's also on my my primary YouTube screen. Have a wonderful day.